Welcome back, dear students of class 6. Today we are going to start with the part 2 of our chapter 5, presentation visual effects. Students, in this part, okay, uh, before starting this part, let us quickly revise what we studied earlier. In the previous part, we studied about this software Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, now we studied that this software is used for creating presentations, which is a collection of slides. So presentation is a collection of slides which are arranged in a sequential manner to convey your ideas and to convey your information effectively to your audience. Okay, and then this presentation consists of number of pages which are called as slides, and these slides contain brief or information in brief or in short. Okay, and that information which you want to communicate with your audience. Then we talked about applying animation effects. So what are animation effects? Animation effects, students, animation is the ability to move objects like text, graphics like pictures, okay, charts, logos, etc. in any direction of the slide. So motion of or movement of these things, okay, text, graphics, pictures, charts, logos, etc. in any direction of slide is called as animation. Okay, then you studied that there are four types of animation effects that the Microsoft PowerPoint provides. Okay, the four types of animation effects were entrance animation effect, inside because of which the object was entering our slide. Okay, then emphasis was what? It was trying to draw the attention of or grab the attention of the audience. Then we have motion paths through which we can make, through this path we can make our objects move in a certain path. Okay, then uh, then we had the exit type of motions animations. So exit was what? It was used to exit our it was used to exit our object from the slide. Okay, so you applied these animation effects. Okay, now let's talk more about how to customize means what? Do changes according to our need. What are the more improvements that we can do in our this animation? Okay, how can we change this animation more? Okay, suppose if you remember last time we applied animation of on this object. Let's preview this. What is happening? This was the entrance, this is the emphasis, then motion path and the exit. Okay, so this was happening. This is the animation effect which we applied on our object. Now students, now you can apply one more important point, is that you can add more than one animation effect to the same object. So see, this is a single object, same object, and see we have applied 5 animation to the same object. We can apply 10 animations to this object. Okay, so what it means? It simply means that you can add more than one animation effect to the same object. Okay, this is a fact. Okay, and you can also apply the same animation effect to multiple objects by using the animation group. Okay, so right now we have only one object over here, but suppose we had two objects or three objects over here, then we could have applied the same animation effect to those objects also. Let's take an example. How? Go to this insert tab. First insert the object. Okay, so I'll insert another picture. Suppose I'll insert this picture. Okay, so I've inserted this picture over here. Okay, now right now there is no animation on this picture, right? There is zero animations. Okay, but on this picture there are 5 animations. You can see that. Okay, but this picture has no animations. So what I want to do is I want to do this thing. Okay, you can apply the same animation effect to multiple objects by using the options from animation group. Now either you can do the same thing, go and then go to this animation tab, then come to this animation, and then first do entrance, then second animation. After choosing the entrance one, you can choose emphasis, then you can choose motion path, and then you can go back to exit. Instead of doing that, if I want to copy all the animations from this object to this object, I'll tell you a shortcut method. Just select this object from where you want to copy all the animation effects. Go to this advanced animation group, click on this animation painter, and now see my mouse icon has changed from just a pointer to a pointer with a paintbrush type of option. Okay, now come to this object and just click on this object. As soon as I click on this object, all the animation effects that were on this object has been applied to this object also, but the numbering has changed. For this object it was from 1 to 5, but for this object it is from 6 to 10. So that simply means that the first and the animation number 1 will happen first, then animation number 2, then animation number 3, 4, 5, and so on, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you want to see whether animation has been applied to both the objects or not, go to this preview icon and just preview it. So see, first object is showing all the 5 animations, and after the first object's animations are over, then the second object's animation has started, and so on. So this proves that these statements are true. Which statement? You can add more than one animation effect to the same object, or you can also apply the same animation effect to multiple objects by using the animation. Okay, so now let's talk about more changes that we can do. Okay, now what are the more changes that we can do? Choose the desired animation effect from the displayed menu. Okay, so what are the more animation effects that we can do? Suppose I've clicked on this object, okay, and suppose I want to apply one more animation, suppose this pulse animation to this. Okay, so I'll come over here, I'll choose the pulse animation. Okay, and then what I need to do is that choose the desired animation effect from the displayed menu. After applying the animation effect to the object or the text, you will notice that the number tag appears adjacent to the object on the slide pane. So you can see that now this object's old animations have gone. Okay, so I'll bring them back using the undo option. So when we apply the animation, students, you can see that the numbers have appeared over here. Okay, so this is what they are talking about. Okay, now you can also specify when an animation should be played by clicking on the drop down of the start box in the timing group and selecting any one of the following 3 options. Okay, there are 3 options: on click, with previous, and after previous. So I'll just show you what they are trying to say. So suppose, students, if you want to change how your animation is going to play, okay, or when your animation is going to play, or when your animation is going to start, you can click on your object on which the animations have been applied, and then come to this timing group over here. Okay, and then come to the start option over here. See, start. Now when you come to the start option and click on this arrow, you will have 3 options. The first option that is by default selected is on click. Now what is the meaning of this on click? The meaning of this on click is that when you select on click option, it will start the animation effect only after a mouse click. What does that mean? Suppose all my animations over here, see this animation on click, second one on click, third one on click, and so on. All the animations are on click. So if I go to this, suppose if I go to the slideshow view, this is my slideshow view. Okay, now see, this is a blank slide, no animation is appearing. You know why? Because I have not clicked on the mouse. Okay, I have not clicked on the mouse button. So suppose I click on any of the mouse button, right or left click, it doesn't matter. So suppose I left click with the mouse, see, I have clicked once, okay, and the first animation has started and it has finished, but the second animation is not happening. Why? Because again I have to click on the mouse. So as soon as I click on the mouse, the second animation happened. Now what about third? Again I have to click on the mouse. So see, this is the third animation. Again I have to click on the mouse for the fourth animation. Again I have to click for the fifth animation. Now see, the sixth animation is not happening. So when I click on the mouse 6 times, now it is happening, and so on. Every time I have to click on the mouse, and only then that particular animation will happen. Why? Because I have chose the option start on click. Okay, so this is the meaning of start on click. Now there are two more options, student. With previous means what? When we select with previous, okay, what will happen? It will start the animation at the same time as the previous animation effect in the list. So there were 10 animations. If we select that, all the animations, suppose second, third, fourth and fifth should start with previous, then all the animation effects will start at the same time as the previous animation. Okay, so right, the next one, let's go to the next option, after previous. After previous means what? After previous means it will start the animation effect after the previous effect in the list finishes. Okay, so after previous simply means that if you select after previous, then what will happen is that the animation, the next animation effect will only happen after the previous one will finish. Okay, so these are the three options that you get for the starting. So by default on click is only there, and we like to start our animation on click because then we can control it. Okay, so it is better to keep it on click. Why? Because now I can control the animations with the help of mouse. Without my permission, without me clicking on this, the animations will not happen. Okay, during the slideshow view. Okay, it will happen during the preview. Okay, but it will not happen during on the slideshow. Okay, so if I want my animation, I will click and then it will happen. Okay, so it's better to keep it default only, but if you want to change, you can use with previous and after previous. I have explained what with previous and after previous does. Okay, now moving on, suppose you want to change the speed of the animation, or you want to control, or you want to change the speed of the animation. So what you can do, you can go to this timing group and you can go to this duration box that is available. Okay, now what will happen is that now if you increase the duration, the speed will become slow. Okay, the speed of the animation will slow down, and if you decrease the duration, the speed will become fast. Now see, what I mean to say is that first you click on your object, then you go to this timing group on the animation tab, and you come to the second option after start, which is duration. Now see, right now it is 1 second. Okay, suppose I change it to suppose 3 seconds. Okay, now see what is going to happen. Let us preview. See, now if you see that this animation is happening very slowly compared to what it was happening previously. Why? Because now I have changed the duration. Now every animation will happen for 3 seconds. Okay, but not for this. I have not changed for this second object. That's why it is happening with the same speed as it was earlier. If I want to change the speed of animation for this, choose this object. Okay, all the animations are selected and change the duration. So for this I am keeping 5 seconds. So this one will happen more slowly because I have increased the duration. Okay, so let's preview this. See, the first animation is taking 3 seconds. The next animation will also take 3 seconds. Then this will also take 3 seconds. 3 seconds for the fourth, and this 3 seconds for the fifth animation. But if we come to the second, now this will take 5 seconds because we have selected duration of 5 seconds. So this one is happening more slowly. So in this way, with the help of this duration button, okay, over here, duration option over here, we can change the or control the speed of our animation. Okay, so I'll just keep it 2 seconds, and for this also I'll keep it 2 seconds only. Okay, because this is happening very slowly. Okay, now moving on to the next particular topic. Okay, so what does next say? Okay, likewise you can set the delay time before the animations begins using the delay box. So if suppose you want to introduce a delay means what? Play the animation after certain number of seconds. So you can introduce this delay also. For example, see, first animation is happening, and as soon as we click on the mouse button, the second animation takes place. But suppose if I click on this delay and if I add a time of 0.25 seconds, okay, or suppose I add a time of 1 second. So see what will happen now is that after I click on the mouse, see, I've clicked on the mouse, but after 1 second, then only the animation is playing. Why? Because I've introduced a delay over here. Okay, so again I'll show you. See, now I've clicked on the mouse, but see, it is not happening. Okay, but after 1 second, see, after 1 second it will happen. Now see, again I'm clicking on the mouse right now. I've clicked, but see, after 1 second it will happen. Okay, now again I've clicked on the mouse, but it is not happening. After 1 second it will happen. So this is the use of delay. Normally we don't keep delay. Okay, so I'm bringing back to 0. Okay, so there's no delay in animation. So with the help of delay also you can control the timing of your animation. Okay, then click on the preview button in the preview group to view the effects applied on the current slide. So if you want to quickly check what effects you have applied, so you can come to this preview group and you can click on this preview button. Okay, so it will show you the preview of how the animation is going to take place. Okay, now moving on, the next is you can use the recorder animations buttons to change the order in which the animation effects appear. So there is a recorder animation button over here. See, this is the recorder animation. Okay, and there are two options. Okay, so there are two options: move earlier and move later. Okay, so using these buttons we can change the order in which the animation effects appear. Okay, so suppose I've selected on this animation and I've clicked on move to later. So what will happen is that this animation, instead of doing this, I'll select this second animation. Okay, and now I'll click on move later. Okay, so what happened? What was my second animation over here? The second animation was to emphasize. So it has moved to the third number, move later, and the third number animation has come to the second. See the preview. See, now it will rotate first and then it will grow. Why? Because I've changed the position of the animation. So if you don't want, click on the third one and go to move earlier. Now it will again happen according to the previously selected thing. Now it will grow first and then it will rotate. Okay, so you can use this move earlier and move later buttons which are present in the recorder animation option to change the order in which your animations show. Okay, so if you want to move this animation down, then you can use this move later option. If you want to make this animation at the top, then you can use this move earlier button which is in the recorder animation. But if you don't want, don't use it. Okay, now moving on. So with this we come to the end of your applying animation. Okay, now the next topic is a very important topic: adding transition effects. Okay student, adding transition effect. Now students, transition effect is also a type of animation effect only, but transition effects appear when one slide changes to another slide during the slideshow view. So see, what they are trying to say is that this is the slideshow view. When I click on the F5 button, okay, Now see, right now I have applied a transition effect to this slide. I'll remove that. Okay, I'll remove that transition effect. Okay, none. Okay, now see, if I click on this slideshow view, now see, nothing is happening. Okay, I'm clicking on my mouse and my animations are happening. Okay, now see, first slide is over. Okay, after this object went to the, you know, has exited. Now my first slide is over. Now I want to move to the second slide. So in order to move to the second slide, I need to either click on my mouse button, okay, or I can press the space bar, or I can press the downward arrow key. So I am pressing downward arrow key, and see, now I am on slide number 2, and when I press the downward arrow key again, I am on slide number 3. As you can see, there are 3 slides in this presentation: slide number 1, slide number 2, slide number 3. But see, when in slideshow view, okay, slide number 1 change, this is slide number 1 right now, this is slide number 1. Now I have changed to slide number 2, but there is no effect shown to me. Okay, now from slide 2 I have changed to slide 3, but still there is no effect. Why? Because there I have not chosen any transition effect. Now if I want transition effect, then I will select that particular slide in which I have to apply transition, and then go to the transition tab and see from here, transition to slide group. See, this is the transition to this slide group. Okay, from here I can choose from these options. Okay, suppose for this first slide I select dissolve. Okay, then I come to the second slide. For second slide I'll select, suppose, honeycomb. Okay, and then I come to third slide, and suppose I select this vortex one. Now see what will happen. Now see, when I go to, sorry, now if I go to my slideshow view, you can see before my slide 1 starts, there is some effect shown. Okay, can you see this effect? This effect right now. This effect is the transition effect. Now see, I'm changing, I'm finishing whatever animation is there in my first slide. Okay, and now this has finished. Now I'm going to change my slide from first slide to second slide, and see this animation, this transition, this effect that is happening when from my one sliding change to another. Okay, this effect is called as the transition effect. So transition effects, they appear when one slide changes to another. Okay, so transition effects appear when one slide changes to another during the slideshow view. Okay, now you can apply transition effects to a single slide as well as to all the slides of a presentation. So over here I had applied transition effects to all the slides. Suppose I applied this dissolve effect to my first slide. Okay, and I want this dissolve effect to be on all my slides. I have to click on this button, apply to all. Now this same transition effect will be applied to all my slides. You want to see it? This is the first slide. Okay, all the animations are finished. Now I'm going to change from first slide to second slide. Okay, sorry. Again, let me check it. Okay, let's see again. So this is the first slide. So see, the transition effect is happening, but it's not showing because I need to choose another transition, because there are no objects on this slide, only these text are there, small text. That's why it's not seeing. So I need to just change my transition effect. Suppose I use this one. Okay, and then I select apply to all the slides. So let's check now. So this is the transition effect for on the first slide. Okay, so all the animations are working. Then I'm changing from, yeah, now it's working. So I have changed from first slide to second slide, and now second to third slide. Okay, so all the transition effects are appearing. So I hope you understood what is the transition effect, how to apply transition effect. Okay. To apply the transition effect, you need to go to the select the slide on which you want to apply the transition. Go to the transitions tab, then go to the transition to this slide group. Okay, and then click on more drop down arrow. Okay, so see, go to the slide, then go to transition to this slide group. Okay, see over here there are many options, you can choose any one. Suppose I have selected honeycomb. Okay, so animate that transition has been applied to my first slide. Now if I want the same to be applied to the second slide, either I can click on here. Okay, select my second slide and click on here, or I can, and then I can come to third slide and click on here, or I can select apply to all the slides, and it will be the transition effect will be applied to all the slides. Okay, now moving on. Sorry. Now okay, now we can also change customize our transitions. How? Select the effect options from the transition to this slide group. Okay, to choose the effect from the displayed list. Okay, now see, click if you want to change the transitions. Okay, suppose right now I've selected honeycomb, but if I don't want this honeycomb effect, so I'll click on my slide, I will go over here and I'll select suppose vortex. Okay, so I've changed the transition on this slide. Now if I want to change the slide transition on this slide, again I'll come over here, come to transition to this slide. Again, if I want vortex, then I'll select vortex. Suppose for third slide, I don't want vortex, I want this glitter. Okay, so I'll select that. Oh, sorry, it happened to the second slide. So again, I'll come over here and I'll select glitter. Now see, now all my three slides have transitions. Okay, so this is the first slide, second slide, okay, vortex, and the second slide, from first to second slide, and from second to third slide. Okay, so this is how you can apply transitions to different slides. Okay, now you can also add sound to your transition. Click on the drop down arrow of the sound option in the timing group and select any sound effect of your choice. Okay, and click on the preview button present at the extreme left on the ribbon and observe the effect. So what they are saying is that to the transitions you can also apply sound effects. Like, come to this timing group over here in the transitions tab, come to timing group. This is the sound option. Come over here, there are many sound options available. Okay, so suppose you want this drum roll. Okay, suppose you want this drum roll sound effect. Okay, so now along with your transition, a drum roll effect will also be played. Okay, a sound will also be played like a rolling of a drum. So let's check that. Okay, so this is my first slide. Now my first slide is going to change to second slide, and see, with the change of the slide transition effect, the drum roll sound is also playing. Okay, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change from my second slide to my third slide, and see, along with this the drum roll is also playing. So you can select whichever sound effect do you want. You can select applause, arrow, bomb, whichever you like. You can choose from this list. Okay, so this is about adding sound to your transition effects. Okay, then specify the transition timing by entering the number of seconds or minutes in the duration box in the timing group. Okay, select on mouse click checkbox if you want to advance to the slide by clicking the mouse. So again, there are same options available over here. Okay, the same options are available for duration. Okay, see, this is the duration. Suppose I want to decrease the duration of the transition effect. Okay, or if I want to increase the duration, suppose I want 5 seconds. Okay, so I can do that. Okay, now but this is 3.90 seconds, so I'll change for this also 5 seconds. So I can change the duration from here. Okay, and now see, in the advanced slide option over here, I can either check on this on mouse click. That means my slides will only transition when I click on the mouse or I click on a button, downward arrow button from my keyboard. Okay, if I click this, right now it is checked by default on mouse click. But suppose if I want a specific timing, suppose I want that after the slide is finished, after this slide has showed the presentation, suppose I want after 10 seconds to change to next slide. Okay, so I'll not apply this on this, I'll apply it on the second slide. Okay, let me make it 0. Okay, now I'll apply on this slide. So suppose this slide, okay, should change after 5 seconds automatically. Okay, so I can apply this timing effect to this. So now if I come to my presentation slideshow view, so I will finish off my first slide and then I'll click on the mouse button to finish, and now see, I'm going from first slide to second slide, but I will not click on any button. Okay, and automatically after the desired number of seconds, now see, I have not clicked on any mouse button, automatically from slide 2 it changed to slide 3. How? Because on slide 2 I had selected this after 5 seconds. So after 5 seconds, slide 2 automatically got changed to slide 3. Okay, so either you can use on mouse click or you can use after option to give it some desired number of timing. Okay, now what else can you do in transition effects? Okay, now click on the apply to all button to apply the selected effect on all the slides. Otherwise those effects will be applied to the current slide only. So I have already taught you the meaning of this. So if I want whatever transition effects are on this slide to be on these two slides also, then I have to click on this apply to all button which is there in the timing group. I've already explained you that. Okay, and the next is that open the slideshow tab, click on from beginning button. The presentation will start from the beginning along with your applied transition effect. So what you can do, if you want to see, either you can directly click on your first slide and then click on the F5 button, or you can go to the slideshow tab and click over here from beginning button. So your slideshow will appear from the beginning. So look at your slideshow, it's from the beginning, and now I'm clicking on the mouse. Okay, and the animations are happening because I have selected on click. Okay, so now I'll not click and the second slide will automatically after 5 seconds change to the third slide. Okay, so see, after 5 seconds it has changed. So this is how you can view your transition effects. Okay, one more point is there. Let's complete this transition effects. Now there's a tip given to you. Okay, now what does this tip say? You can also apply transition effects in the slide sorter view. To do so, open the transitions tab and select the desired slide transition effect. What they are saying is that, see, in the previous class, in class 5, you studied about different views of your slide. Like this is the normal view. So this view is the normal view. There are more views, like this one is the slide sorter view. See, this is the presentation views button. Can you see in the normal view, you can see a main slide over here and the smaller versions or the thumbnails of your all the slides over here. But in the slide sorter view, you can just see the little bigger thumbnails of your slides over here in this manner. If there would have been a fourth slide, it would have been shown over here. The fifth slide would have shown over here, sixth, seventh, and so on. So this is our slide sorter view. So what they are saying that you can also apply the transition effect over here. Select your slide, go to transitions group and apply any transition to your, click on this transition effect and the transition effect will be applied to your slide. Okay, so this is what they are trying to say. Okay, so coming back to home. Okay, so I would like this normal tab. Okay, normal view. Okay, so with this we finish the transition effects in our slide also. Okay, now the next topic we will study is inserting sound clips, but that topic we will study in the next part, in the part 3 of our this chapter. So till then, you guys take care of yourself and be well. Thank you.